Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Henry and Susan, and we are here at another Antique, our kitty. We're here at another podcast today. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about add-ons on commercial accounts.
Which means that if you go to a commercial account and you're doing cleanings for them, they ask you, can you put in a bid to clean our skylights or clean windows that we have on top of the rooftop? That's an extra cost on top of, cleaning the solar panels themselves on the rooftop.
So we went ahead and got a 5-year contract, correct?
We got a 5-year contract cleaning solar panels for this one commercial property, which we put in. They actually approved it before the solar panels are even put on the building. So a month or and a half, 2 months later, they wanted a quote for skylights that they have on top of the building.
So they called you back and asked for another quote.
So they asked for another quote to clean some windows on top of, it's like a canopy is how they call it. And there's windows on top and then there's skylights. So we gave them a quote and they thought it was a little too high because we're already up on the roof. So it's like, we're already up there on the roof. Yes, I get it, but we still have to charge, for doing extra stuff.
So the second quote that you gave them, the price was a little too high.
It was a little too high for them. And even though they already have somebody that cleans their exterior out and interior windows and also did clean the windows on top of the roof, they wanted us to do that part of it.
So kind of give them the situation as far as what happened next. They called you, they asked for a second quote, you gave them a second quote, and then they went ahead and they rejected the offer, or did they accept the offer?
No, they didn't accept the offer because they wanted us to go lower on the price of doing the extra add-on to, doing that part of the building, of the rooftop. But, we had to go lower, and we did, but
as a matter of fact,
we only went down only so much more, a couple hundred more.
Well, you cut it in half, basically, is what you did.
Well, the quote I gave them for just the skylights and the windows on top of the roof, we gave them a price. They said it was too high, so now I cut it in half, and that still was not
too high.
It was still too high. And their thinking was, well, because you're already up there on the roof, it doesn't make sense to charge this much when you're already up there. And I had to explain to them, well, this is what we use to clean your panels. And he thought that we could use the same brush.
The C1000.
The C1000 to clean the windows, the glass windows on top of the roof. I'm not talking about around the exterior or interior of the building. I'm talking about only on the rooftop. They have windows on the rooftop. And so I explained that we don't ever use the C1000 for windows or skylights because, it's the brush is heavier and it'll damage the windows and the skylights because they're a little more sensitive as far as, the way they're made. They're not made the same as the panels, right?
Right.
So I explained to him, this is the brush. This is the type of brush that we use for window cleaning. We use a smaller brush, and it's high pressure brush. But, so.
Now, keep in mind, this company is a Fortune 500 company. They're a auto dealership. We're not going to say who they are, but the average vehicle is around $90,000 to $100,000 each for their vehicles. So it's something I think that they can afford. Here's the thing is, that they have a management company that manages and wheels and deals for them. So you have a manager, a management company that is dealing with the dealership. We just got the 5-year dealership, the contract with the dealership. They wanted to do an add-on. And then so Susan gave them 2 offers. So she cut the first offer in half just to try to, say, hey, look, we're going to give you a discount or what have you. They didn't accept that offer.
Now, mind you, this isn't for the solar panel cleaning. We already got that. This is something totally separate.
That's for the skylights and the windows, which was an additional add-on service that they wanted. Now, what I want to know from you guys is, just listening to this, would you do it for free? Would you go out there and say, well, it's not worth my time? What's your thought on it? Let us know in the comments. Let us know, and so that way we know what your thinking is, because the long story short, what happened next? What was the outcome?
Well, the outcome is that it was a no-go, because, I explained to him that, it's a little more labor intense cleaning, extra stuff on top of cleaning the amount of solar panels are on top of the roof. So that's a lot of work, in itself, but it's also work, doing the other stuff. And what they need to understand that, it's not just getting up on the roof and doing all this cleaning. If you're not up there, you don't understand what's entailed to do cleaning up there.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but even his conversation, it was like, well, you're already up there, right? He mentioned that. Mm-hmm. So is it worth it? Do you think is it worth it to do an extra add-on or add-ons or what have you at a very little price or no price at all? And the reason why we literally said we're not going to do it at that price.
I told him, I'm sorry that even when I cut the price in half, I told him that's as low as we can go. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but I cannot go any lower than what I mentioned to you. And he was like, oh, okay. And that was it.
And he didn't go for it?
No.
Okay. So in a way, I feel like if you give them an honest price, okay, and we're just going to use this as hypothetical, right? So the price was $10 per window.
For example.
Then we dropped it down to $5 per panel. And then you offered, or you went as low as, or you.
And if you go as low, if you, let's say you charge $15 a panel and they didn't go for it, or not panel, a window, and they don't go for it, you cut that in half, 7, whatever. They don't go for that. They want lower. Then the negotiation still keeps going lower and lower because, they want cheaper.
I mean, how?
And I get it because we're already up there, but it's doing more work than what we had already said we're going to do, with the panels themselves.
I think that's a very poor excuse. We're already up there doing the work because we already bidded on work that was going to be done anyway. That would be like you going to a restaurant and you're sitting there and you're enjoying your meal, and then you tell the waitress, well, since I'm here, why don't you throw in dessert and don't charge us for it, or give us a discount on dessert? I mean, it's ridiculous. And for me, it was a huge turnoff because he made it sound like, well, we're just gonna, since you're up there, you might as well go ahead and get it done, and then charge us very little, if anything, nothing at all. And I kind of felt like, well, what is our services worth to you? Because we're at a dealership and that dealership is selling cars at $100,000 a piece, and yet you're squabbling around $5 per window or $3 per window. I mean, how much more lower do you want to go, or does your client want to go, to where you go and say, okay, we accept the deal, we accept the job, or what have you? And another thing that he had mentioned also was they had their own window cleaner. Can kind of talk about that?
Yeah, so he has his own window cleaner that cleans the interior and exterior of the actual building, but he also would go up and clean the windows on top. And I'm not sure about the skylights, but I know for sure the windows on top of the roof. So when I gave the quote, he said he had to discuss it with, I think, whoever's involved in deciding if that will work or not. And so I'm sure he's just going to have the window cleaner do that part of it.
Or they're going to try, because I don't, that was one of the things that we had said, well, why isn't your window cleaner going out there and doing that? So obviously the window cleaner didn't want to get up on the roof, and he didn't want to clean the windows up on top, or he didn't want to clean, anything else up there. So, that's when they called us and approached us on that. And look, I think we gave them a very fair price. As a matter of fact, like I told them, we charge X amount of money for these, for any type of windows, for commercial. We have, like our Target, we have commercial cleaning for our Targets here in Southern California, clean the outside windows, and we charge a certain price. We're a vendor with them. And then, we went way below that particular price, and he still didn't go for it. Then we cut it in half, and he still didn't go for it, because he says, well, the numbers didn't make sense to us, or to him. The numbers didn't make sense, which...
Well, and I guess he figured that when I mentioned that we have, Target, and, we do all their windows for this amount of money, he said, well, these windows are, about the size of the panel. He said those windows at Target are probably bigger. But I thought about it, and I should have said, no, they're about the size of a solar panel. But I didn't think about it until right now. But I just made it short and sweet and said, I kind of figured where he was going with that, as far as when he didn't go with the first amount that I gave him.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to give too much an explanation for him, because I kind of figured regardless it wasn't gonna, he wasn't gonna go for it no matter what. I think he wanted to go way cheaper, and it's okay. Sometimes we have to say no, because we have to charge what we are worth, and especially for him, because he's the one doing the work.
No, we're both doing the work. Whether I'm up there, you're up there, I'm doing stuff, you're doing stuff. So, it has to make sense for the company, and this is what we look at. We look at, do we go so low to where we cheapen ourselves to go and get an add-on or additional service? And like I told him, I said, we make more money on just a 2-story home or a single-story home than what you want for us to go out there and clean the windows. Now, it doesn't make sense to us or to me to sit there and say, well, why should I clean 3 times more windows on this when I could do one house for the same price, not, or even more, So this is where you kind of have to say, am I going to go out there? Am I going to clean, or do additional services for this company, even though we got a 5-year contract with them? And the thing is, we go out there and we have a 5-year contract with lots of properties that these people own. Now, will that I guess what I'm trying to say is, will that jeopardize our relationship if we go and we say, no, we're not going to accept that offer?
I mean,
what's your
we
opinion
can't
on it?
predict. I mean, it could, they might say, okay, well, we don't, we'll get somebody else to clean the solar panels. Well,
Yeah.
You know what? And that's fine. If that happens, you know what? Sometimes things like that are going to happen, and maybe there's companies out there that won't mind doing the extra work.
We've been in this business long enough to where we know and we say, okay, is it worth it? Like, there's a lot of companies that are starting that don't have a clue of what this industry is in detail. There's a lot of people getting into this industry trying to make a fast buck. And that's the sad part, is they're not treating it like a business. They're treating it as a get rich quick, fast scheme to where they can go out there and make fast money, do a couple of houses, make a couple $100, and then, they're happy. Well, they're ruining the industry for a lot of other people. I see comments, I see a lot of people get a hold of us, and the first questions they ask is, how do I price out solar farms, or how do I price out, something big? I got a big commercial building that I need to clean, but they've never cleaned residential. They've never done any of the small stuff. They just want to get into the fast stuff. And what they don't realize is there's a lot more in detail that goes along with it. For example, we got called the other day for 5 or 7 properties? 5 or 7 properties. You remember that? In Palm Springs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for 5 properties.
Is it 5 properties? Okay. So one of the things that we had asked before we even put in the bid, because they wanted us to put in the bid, we had asked what their payment terms were. And the payment terms were 45 days payment. So we look at it as this. This is the slow period for cleaning solar panels. A lot of people are doing other things other than cleaning solar panels. But these guys, what they do is they'll come in, they'll ask you to put in a bid, and say, for example, you put in the bid, you put in now, and say March, but they don't want you to clean until October or November, and then they pay 45 days afterwards. Is it worth it to us to sit there and go, we have to put money up front to pay our workers, to pay for the insurance, to pay for everything else, the equipment, the water, everything, the boom lift rental, all that has to come out of our pocket. We don't see that money till 45 days later. Now, I can make a lot more money in residential, doing residential like we're doing right now, in cleaning in the process, when there's companies out there that are saying, well, we have a net 60 or net 90, and we can't pay you till 90 days after the job is done. And believe me, that's a long time. 3 months to get paid. And we've had accounts where we went out there and we had to wait 90 days to get our money. And guess what? Our workers, our contractors, all the people that we hire, they don't want to wait 90 days to get paid. They want to get paid right there and then. Sometimes we have to tell them, look, we can't pay you for about a month, because that's when we're expected to get paid. And some of them will sit there and go, okay, no problem. And they're patient and they will wait, which is great for us, because, it's not coming out of our pocket right away, but we still have to have everyday funding. Okay. Money has to come in every single day for gas, for tires, for any type of mechanical issues, type of an emergency that may come up. We got to cover for that. So we have to make sure that we have money in the account just to make sure that nothing bad happens to where we're out of business. And this is what you guys have to think about. You have to think about what you want to do when you start this business. And we're going to get to some of these questions too, guys, in the chat. Thank you and if you guys have questions, put it in the chat. Susan and I will answer these questions. We're just trying to get this out there on commercial solar panel cleanings but we will get to that. So, we want to make sure that we are able to survive, because the solar industry, and a lot of you guys that are in it know what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys that are in it sometimes don't want to admit the fact that we do have a slow period. We do have a down period. When it rains, we get very few phone calls. When it starts to warm up and get hot, that's when people will call and schedule. I'll give you a good example. This week, it got warm for a couple of days. You started getting phone calls to book, right? But then when it rains, people are like, well, it's going to rain. And, so they put it aside, or, we don't need the service until a month later or what have you. So we have to accommodate for that. We're working with repeat customers, and we're working with new customers. We're working with commercial that are giving us a call now and saying, hey, I need service for 10,000 solar panels. I have 7,000 solar panels that need to be cleaned. Now, you have to take account that are you able to put up the money up front to take care of a $9,000 job or 9,000 solar panel job? Okay. You're going to need workers, you're going to need water, you're going to need equipment, you're going to need a lot of stuff to cover your insurance and everything else that you got to cover until you get paid. And this is where a lot of people, they don't understand. They don't understand the industry. Well, especially like ground mounts and solar panels, guys think it's easy because it's on the ground, but yet they're cleaning them. But they don't know that they're competing with big boys out there, guys who have $25,000 worth of equipment in tractors, in sun brushes, 25-foot brushes, 12-foot brushes that can clean these solar panels in minutes instead of hours. Got guys out here that have robots that can clean, rooftops, or they can clean carports, and they can use robots for that. Which you got other guys out here that will come in and try to sneak underneath the radar, and these $99 guys, and you know who you are because some of you guys out here that have made it in this business used to be these $99 guys. Now you stepped up your game, and now you're charging what you're worth. So before you weren't, but before you were sitting there going, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this. And that's great. It's a great tactic. But a lot of these guys out here, they don't last. They will not last 12 months doing what they're doing. And I've always said this in my videos. Charge what you're worth. If you go out there and charge what you're worth, then you will survive the off periods. Rick and I did that for a long time. Susan and I are doing it have been doing this. and we are surviving. And, you know, we can make $20,000-$30,000 a month on our busy seasons, our busy months, I should say. We can do $40,000. We can do $50,000 because we've done it. But I can guarantee you the slow period, the December, the Novembers, the Decembers, the Januaries, the Februaries, we don't make that type of money. And I'll be the first one to tell you guys, we don't make the same amount of money that we do when it gets hot. When it gets hot, then people are calling. I don't care how much advertising you can do. If the weather's not agreeing, if it's cold out there, you may get 1 or 2 calls. You may get lucky. Somebody may say, you know what? Let me go out there and, you know, get these solar panels clean. We have to do a lot of talking just to go and get our new customers to come in, because we have lots of competition. We have lots of competition. We have over 100 solar panel cleaners just in our area here in Los Angeles. It is so saturated that a lot of these guys, I see them on the Facebook marketplace selling their equipment. I see them on eBay selling their equipment. I see them on, all these other OfferUp selling their equipment. Brand new equipment that they just bought. And they're selling it because they're getting out of the business, because people give them this false narrative that this industry is a all year round make money industry. It isn't. Unless you've been in the business for a number period of years, you may survive. You may have your old clients. You may have new clients come in. But somebody that's brand new, that is just coming in, doesn't have a chance in hell. Not against us. Not against our companies. Because our companies have 200, 300, 400 5-star reviews. And you got a company that comes in that only has 2. Guess what people look at? They look at your reviews. They do. They look at your company as a whole. They look at your website. They look at how you advertise, how you go out and market yourself. And I'm going to answer this question for you. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing.
How do you get? Actually, let's answer the first one.
All right.
Flash. I'm starting my own solar panel cleaning business. Where are you from?
Flash.
Flash.
Yeah, it's got it upside down, I think. iFlash. I don't know. That's pretty neat. We did that. But yeah, where are you from? Where are you calling from? Scherzer 25. We know Scherzer 25 is in Arizona, is one of our guys here that watches our videos all the time. Thank you for watching. Solar Cleaning Solutions checking in from Arizona.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Man.
How do you get residential jobs?
Would you want to explain that?
Well, residential job, we have a lot of repeat customers. So
yes.
We do a lot of their cleanings. But sometimes word of mouth, they tell their friends, neighbors, whatever. And then also it's just us explaining to them, educating them, why we charge what we charge. A lot of them, are doing their homework and they're getting, other prices from other people, because they do tell you up front, oh, well, I'm checking around, I'm calling around, so we do get a lot of people that are doing that, even more than before. So
what other sources do you do to get more residential customers? Especially like when I'm up on the roof, what do you do?
When he's up on the roof, I'll go up there, I'll do videos, we'll do some lives, but also I'll hand out some business cards, within the area if I have to. Sometimes there's people that stop on the street and ask what he's doing, and then I'll explain to them what they're doing and what he's doing, and so sometimes we get customers through that.
I think the best type of advertising for us is our van, is the van itself. The van is fully wrapped. It's been wrapped since day one. A lot of people will call us, even when we're on the street driving. They literally will be on the phone right behind us. Hey, what do you charge to clean solar panels? Hey, I'm right behind you. And we'll tell them, hey, as a matter of fact, today we had a couple of jobs in one city today. We had just left that city and we get a phone call. Remember that one? What did he tell you?
Actually, he saw our website. So that's how he
he didn't even know we were in his city today.
Yeah, I had to tell him that, we just did a couple houses in your area. He's like, oh, can you turn back around? Like, no, we're
on the freeway.
On the freeway on the way to the next job, and I'll schedule you next time. So I did. So
to make a long story short, she scheduled him. He's booked, so we got to go back out there. But we have so many jobs that we do a day that we schedule. So we'll schedule so many jobs a day. And then any other jobs, we just schedule down the road. Okay. If we are slow and we are say, we can pick it up, we will pick it up. That's not a problem.
If we're down the street, sure.
Yeah. One of the best job that I had, the best days that I had was I had 5 jobs on one street. Remember that one? Man.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was like, where are we going next? Wow, across the street. Oh, get that done with that. Where are we going next? Across the street. Oh, and it was just bouncing from, back and forth to the street and what have you. And we got it done. So I was like, wow. And we did 5 jobs that day. And I think the person who she collaborated with the neighbors, we gave her a nice discount because she gave us 4 other jobs, from her neighbors. So we took care of her. And then we said, you know what, next time we're gonna give you the same offer. And because she literally gave us extra work, and it was very nice because I didn't spend a whole lot of money on gas, running around all over the place and what have you.
And they're all single stories.
Which made it nice and easy. What's up there, Jim Fletcher? Jim Fletcher is a subscriber and a member. Hello, good evening. What's going on? How you doing? I wanted to talk about this. I don't like to get political. I really don't. But, tonight you got President Trump talking about tariffs. Everybody's getting scared. Everybody's, the sky's falling, what have you. You have to prepare yourself as a business person to expect the prices to go up, things to go up higher, and you got to charge more. There are a few of you guys out here that probably won't do that. Even though supplies are going to come in, they're going to be more expensive. Things are going to happen to where prices start to go up.
There's things that you're going to need in your everyday life that
prices
are going to go up.
Gas for one.
Produce.
But, gas is one of the most expensive, commodities that we are paying for here in California. We're the most expensive. LA County is very, very expensive. Almost $5, over $5 for diesel. We have a diesel turbo Jaguar, and we may get 500 miles to a gallon with that thing, but we're paying over $5 per gallon just for gas, which is ridiculous. But with everything going on tonight that, they're going to be talking about, things are going to happen. and prices may go up. Prices may go way up on a lot of stuff. So you guys have to make sure, if you own a solar panel cleaning business and your prices are going up on whatever you are buying, you're going to have to go up on your prices. You cannot be that $99 guy anymore. You can't. Not with everything that's happening now, because if you are, or you decide, oh, I'm going to be that guy, guess what's going to happen? You are going to go out of business. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I have seen so many people go out of business in this industry, or just stop doing what they're doing because they can't afford it anymore. It's just too much. The guys that have been here a long time, that have huge contracts, and this is why when we go out and we get commercial contracts, we don't look for 1-year contracts or one-time cleanings. We negotiate 2 years, 3 years, 5-year contracts. And most of the time, we give them 5-year contracts. And the reason why we give them 5-year contracts is because we lower our price throughout the 5 years, but we're cleaning either 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times a year on some of these contracts. So we got to make sure that if we're able to have work all year around, we're going to give them a pretty good deal. But if they say, no, I just want the one-time cleaning, guess what? We're not giving them that really low discount. We're pricing pretty high. Whether they take it or not is totally up to them. And most of the time, they take it. We're surprised because we double our stuff, right? We'll sit there and we'll say, well, we're going to charge this much per panel on commercial. And we charge up higher because we don't want the job. And guess what? Sometimes that backfires on us, and we end up getting the job. And so I'm like, okay. And we get it done. Sometimes we go out and we get jobs to where they're really, really big, and we might have to contract some of that work out. And Susan does a great job contracting a lot of that work out. And the way we pay is, as soon as you're done with the job, we go out and we pay you. There are some guys out here that work for us that will say, hey, look, it may take us a month because we're going to get paid a month. Do you want to do it? And we always make sure that they are okay with it before they start the job, whether they're going to get paid a month, 45 days down the road, what have you. As long as they know this is when we're expected to get paid. If it is too much, we won't do it. It doesn't make sense for us to wait 90 days on a job that's a $2,000 job.
Sometimes it's okay to say no.
Sometimes it is okay to say no. And when you negotiate with some of these people, we sat there and we go, okay, you know what? And we sit there and we explain it to them. Like the one company with the five properties, it was a lot of solar panels. A lot. Do you remember how many there were?
I don't remember.
I want to say 75,000.
No.
No?
Mm-hmm.
Less than that?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, anyways, we already knew we were going to be there a while. We have to contract that a lot of the work out just because it is way too much just for me. So I'll get guys to come out and help. I'll hire guys to come out and do the work, pay them a certain amount of money and say, hey, can you do it for this price? And if they say yes, then they're on, and then, a lot of times what we do is anybody that we contract to work for us, we make sure that we get a non-disclosure agreement. We make sure that we get their insurance. What else do we get? Their W-9. We make sure we get all that, and then COI added onto their insurance. The company that we're going to go work for goes onto their insurance, and then we provide our insurance. So the customer already knows that they have our insurance and their insurance. So that works out really, really well. And that's how we're able to get a lot of these contracts, because they already know that we're doing the steps, the procedures, the way they should be done. And if they know that, they call us, get it done. We show them the before pictures, we show them the after pictures. Here you go, and they pay us. Now, we have companies out there that pay right after we're done. Literally, when we're done, we're getting paid. Then we have companies out there
that's rare.
It's rare, but it happens, right? It happens. So you gotta pick and choose your battles. Okay, you got to go out there and say, well, which commercial job am I going to go after? Which one am I going to look at? What have you? A lot of people ask us, how do you get so many commercial jobs? Do you want to answer that, Susan?
For us,
just us in general. We're just speaking about
speaking
us.
For everybody. Speaking for us, we've never had to approach a customer, a commercial. They've called us. They've asked us to give them quotes. Since I've known Henry, that's all it's been. We've never had to go knocking on their doors and saying, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do. They've all come to us.
We do very few door knockings, very few when it comes to residential. When she's out, she'll go.
I don't knock on residential doors.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should rephrase that.
Yeah, I don't do that.
We don't go out there and throw flyers out like on Sunday or something. We don't do that, just because we get a lot of people that call us anyway. So
I'll just put the flyers out when we're at a job site. I don't go knocking on their door.
No, I never want to disturb anybody or what have you. There are guys out here that's all they do.
Which is fine.
Which is their thing.
If it works for you, why not?
See, everybody has a way of marketing, right? So, like, I'll sit there and say, I don't do gutter cleaning. And I don't like gutter cleaning because you're at the edge of the roof. You have a better chance to fall, you get injured, what have you. So whenever somebody says, hey, do you do gutter cleaning? What do we say?
Nope. No.
We don't. Mm-mm. Because I am not taking out that job. And a lot of people give me a lot of criticism for that. They give me a lot of slack for that, for leaving money on the ground, or what have you. And I always say, look, I leave that to somebody else who wants to do gutter cleaning. Hey, that's their thing. If they want to do solar panel cleaning, gutter cleaning, auto detailing, window washing, that's your prerogative. You do whatever the hell you want to do. That's fine. If you look at our website and you look at our company, I can tell you right now, we do bird proofing, we do solar panel cleaning, we do exterior window cleaning, we do alarm.
On commercial, not on residential.
On commercial. We don't do residential window cleaning at all. We used to, but we don't anymore. And the reason why is because people are very, very picky about their windows. And if you're inside somebody's home and you happen to break something that's
because you moved it,
very expensive, maybe you had to move a couch, or maybe you had to move a table or blinds or curtains, people have dropped things, broke things, what have you, and we don't want to sit there and do that.
Mosen, I got a couple of leads for 1,800 panels and 1,200 panels. Do you offer consultation?
Yeah, give me a call. I can tell you. We've been in this business long enough. Give us a call, and I'll be more than happy to answer your question. What's your number? Susan, we'll go ahead and put that in chat, okay? And give us a call. I don't know where you from there, Molson, just so we know. But this is our business line anyway. Give us a call, and we'll LA. Okay. Well, we're in your neck of, we're right there in your neighborhood. So, and just so you guys know, just like this person Molson here, right?
But you can call tomorrow because we're going to be busy the rest of the night.
We are?
Yes.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
We're going to watch the.
Oh, Trump.
Yes.
Okay, back to where we were. Molson. Okay, so that's no problem. We will try to reach out tomorrow. Great. This is what we do as a company. We have the equipment. We have all this stuff. We can do whatever we can do. I have a whole list of people who are in this industry. We can do any size solar panels, farms, rooftops, carports, any size at all. And a lot of times what I'll do is somebody who needs the help, we will collaborate with them. And we take a percentage, okay? But we do a lot of the work for you. We negotiate the deal. We'll sit there and we'll say, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to charge. And we'll negotiate with that particular person. And we will make sure that we get the best deal possible. And then if you want to say, you know what, I want to be involved. I want to help clean. I want to do this. More power to you. You can join us and it's your thing. And so we work with people like that where we're going to go out there and collaborate and do what we need to do to help them out. But we're not going to take over on the job. Okay. That's just not what we do. So you got to give us the okay. We go, okay, let's get this done. And then we negotiate and we figure out what needs to be done. And then we work on that particular project together. Okay.
But we do if we have time. If we don't have time, we will let you know that I'm sorry, but we can't help you because we have our things that we have to take care of on our end.
I'm just saying by helping him out.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If this guy, we don't even know if he even has a business.
Yeah.
You know, a cleaning business, but he has the connections. You know, he may have the connections. They said, there you go. Well, I got this, guy that needs, 1,800 panels done. No problem. 1,800 panels is.
If we have the time, because we can only spread. We don't want to spread ourselves out too thin, because we have our commercial ones that we have to take care of, and your stuff, theirs can come secondary because ours come first, that we have to take care of our customers first. Mm-hmm.
Give us a call tomorrow and we will help you out.
Yeah. As best we can. Mm-hmm.
I will help you out the best I can.
We will help you out the best you can.
She can go out there and clean our commercials.
No.
So this is why we have a podcast, is to help people out, to get out there and the guys like this that come in and say, hey, we'll reach out to you. Okay? We're not going to shut them out. We're not going to sit there and go, oh, okay, well, we got our stuff to do. Yes, we know we have our stuff to do. We know that priority. We know that we need to get our stuff done first. But I am here to help out who I can. Okay. So give us a call tomorrow. We'll try to help you out. We'll try to do what we can. Because we got to find out the logistics, right? We got to find out where you're at, what you're doing, and what you have. There's a lot of questions. So, but we're here to help you.
That's what you're looking for, what you you should be looking at as far as what you should get as far as cleaning the panels.
Yeah. And didn't mean to derail the conversation. No, this is what it's all about. We do this every week. Okay?
Sometimes you don't want to overcharge, but you don't want to undercharge when you're putting a bid on those amount of panels.
And I'm kind of glad that he's doing it this way, because there are people that call us and they try to get the prices from us and try to figure it out. You got to remember, we're not serious. We have a lot of people that watch us on here on YouTube, even our competition, and a lot of people want to know what we charge. And if we turn around and say, this is what we charge here on YouTube, we got a business. Because everybody would undercut us. There's so many people that I have helped that have undercut us big time, and their companies are growing pretty fast. Now, is that going to happen? Yeah, absolutely. This is why, this is what happens when you expose yourself out there, right? Rick and I knew this when we first started. I knew this because I'm not new to the game. I had 20,000 subscribers, 23,000 subscribers, and I was selling products on Amazon and showing people how to make money on Amazon. Yeah. So I started the solar panel cleaning industry business, and a lot of people, oh, hey, it's what do they call me? I don't know what the hell they call me. The godfather of solar panel cleaning, or
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. But all I'm here is to try to help people out. We've been doing this a long time. We have over 700 videos on this YouTube channel alone. We are one of the biggest YouTube channels when it comes to solar panel cleaning. I have over 3 million people who looked at this channel, 10,000 subscribers. And so we have a lot of people that follow us from all over. And thank you very much. Very helpful videos. We appreciate that. And he says, yes, it's cracking for me too. Top G Solar Cleaning LLC. I think he's either in Fresno or Bakersfield. What's up?
I'm in Texas.
No, not Top G. Top G is, I think, in the Central Valley. He says, what's up, guys? Just a heads up, your audio is cracking. Huh. Sorry. Didn't know that was happening. But, I mean, we're about ready to leave right now anyway. So we've been on here for almost an hour. We are going to be watching what's going on with the tariffs, because we are very interested to find out how this is going to play. Raise our prices, maybe, possibly. I think so. And I want to say, sometimes it's not a bad thing to raise your price. I don't care if these $99 guys are out here. Let them do it for 99 bucks. I don't care. I've seen guys out here doing it for less than $99 cleaning solar panels in 110-degree weather. And I charge 3 times more, and I'm making more money, less time getting out there and getting my jobs done. So, we go out there, we charge what we're worth. We go out there and charge our prices. And I'll tell you right now, we are not the cheapest, but we are one of the best when it comes to cleaning solar panels. And this is why people, they hire us. We get a lot of commercial, right? A lot of commercial now. And I think a lot of it has to do with Susan handles the commercial. She talks to them. And, before we know it, she's like, well, I just booked this commercial job. When are we going to do this? Well, after it rains. Oh, okay. And before you know it, we're cleaning solar panels right the day after it rains for commercial. Mm-hmm. and it's easier for us because the rain kind of cleaned a little bit off of it, and we're just kind of just going over the rest. I think we cleaned one of our commercials. We had that done in a short period of time,
like an hour.
An hour, and it was a day after it rained, and it's been what, a couple weeks. And we drive by there, and I look at the panels, and they still look brand new, which is awesome.
Actually, no, probably took a few hours.
Well, it took a couple hours, but it was.
But they didn't look as bad as when we originally cleaned them.
No, because we had cleaned them once, and then we went ahead and we cleaned them again. This is when we talk about when we have contracts for 5 years. We do it twice a year, 3 times a year. And sometimes we'll go out there and we'll, if a customer says, well, these are dirty again, we'll go out there and we'll clean them again. In this instance, the first time we cleaned them, we had high winds of 70 miles an hour, and they were right next to a dirt field, and the panels got dirty from the high winds. And we said, you know what, we'll go back out there. We re-cleaned them, and we did. We went out there and we re-cleaned them, and they were happy about it. And so sometimes you have to sacrifice, but then there's sometimes where you have to sit there and go, well, is it going to be worth it for us to go out there and clean, this or that for this amount of price? We don't know.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate everybody coming on. Anything else you want to add?
No, just enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah. Don't forget to smash the like button up there. We appreciate anybody who hits that like button, the thumbs up. Just smash that for us, so people see that people are liking our videos. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess we will see you guys next week. We are going to be taking off, and thank you guys for whoever came in. Appreciate every single one of you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. All right. See you guys. Bye. Mm-hmm.